In the winter of 2017, a 25-year-old named Oobah Butler found himself running the most popular new restaurant in London. It was called The Shed at Dulwich. The Shed had recently become the #1 restaurant on TripAdvisor. It seemed like everyone wanted a table at The Shed, and it's easy to see why. The restaurant's TripAdvisor page had nearly 100 glowing reviews from people all across the country. Every reviewer said the same thing. The Shed at Dulwich was amazing. But the reviews also came with this warning. It's almost impossible to get a reservation.
Hi, are you open today?
We are open, but we are also fully booked.
What they didn't know was that the struggle to get a table wasn't just because The Shed was so popular. The truth was, The Shed, the #1 restaurant in London, didn't exist. The 5-star reviews were fake. The food photos were staged. Everything about The Shed at Dulwich was a lie. Oobah made the whole thing up as part of an elaborate prank. Before The Shed became a hit restaurant, before Oobah became an international sensation, he was just a kid in his early 20s who had a dream of being a writer, and he started looking for jobs. And one of the only jobs he could find was writing fake reviews on TripAdvisor. Oobah was stunned to find out that some of the reviews on TripAdvisor were faked. There was this secret online network of people that were paid to game the system. And these fake reviews had real-world impact on a restaurant's success. And this made him wonder where the line could be drawn. If there could be fake reviews, could there also be a fake restaurant? So he decided to create a fake restaurant. He named his restaurant The Shed at Dulwich. His inspiration was his own apartment. He was living in a garden shed in the London suburb of Dulwich at the time. He created an email for his fake restaurant. He spent a few hours making a website. He bought a prepaid cell phone, so the restaurant had a telephone number. And that was it. In April of 2017, TripAdvisor officially verified Oobah's fake restaurant, The Shed at Dulwich. Oobah immediately started recruiting people to write reviews. The Shed was absolutely overrun with fake reviews. The restaurant was quickly climbing the TripAdvisor ranks. And on the morning of November 1st, 2017, Oobah woke up to find that The Shed at Dulwich had made it to the #1 restaurant in London. Business executives and celebrities sent The Shed emails bragging about their influence in hopes of scoring a table. Once the restaurant hit #1, Oobah noticed new reviews appearing on the restaurant's TripAdvisor page. Strangers were leaving their own fake reviews for The Shed, not to build the restaurant's credibility, but to help build theirs. Being the type of person who ate at The Shed, the #1 restaurant in London, had started to mean something. And if they couldn't get a table in real life, they would pretend they did online. They were crafting their own false reality from Oobah's false reality, a lie built on a lie. His phone kept ringing every time Oobah answered and made up an excuse as to why The Shed was fully booked. Then, one day, he gave someone a reservation at his fake restaurant. Now, he had to figure out how to turn a tiny shack he rented in someone's garden into the hit restaurant everyone thought it was. He borrowed some tables from a cafe, convinced a neighbor to lend him outdoor heaters, and waited for the big night. People sit in an overgrown backyard as Oobah sprints around. He darts in and out of The Shed where he's cooking TV dinners for his guests.
Namaste.
The customers who had finally managed to get a reservation at The Shed look uncomfortable. They're huddled over their plates of microwavable food on a cold fall night in London. I can't be sure what anyone expected when they showed up for dinner at the city's top restaurant, but I can imagine it wasn't this.
And I'm seeing out the last table of 4, and the guy doesn't look happy. And he says, can I have a word, please, as I'm seeing him out. And I think, oh, God. But this guy's probably going to punch me in the face. But he said, so about tonight, now that I've been once, is it going to be easier for me to book again next time?
For one night in November, Oobah managed to pull the general public into his prank. He turned The Shed into a real restaurant.
It made me feel like people trust online hype more than what they put in their mouths. And that was almost like this kind of weird parable about the constructive realities that we kind of surround ourselves with online.
Oobah had illuminated a flaw in our modern world. He had made a statement about the way we interact on the internet. He had taught us a lesson about how the false realities online can seep into our real lives.